great time of the day. Not too long before dark. Kind of reflecting on how the day went. Always love to come over and hang out in my garden this time of day. And I will tell you, this year, this summer, if you want to call it that, has been a real challenge for growing a garden. Here in Mississippi, it has been unbelievably wet ever since the year started. It's been raining and pretty much hasn't stopped, and it's made gardening a real challenge. Normally this time of year in Mississippi, gardens are winding down, so if there is one positive thing, as you can see, I still have a lot of my garden that's flourishing and doing extremely well. I'm replanting things every week, and pretty much will continue a rotation. Anyway, yeah, it's been real difficult to keep the tomatoes going. I've talked to a lot of people down in this part of the country that said their tomatoes have done really bad. But ours is probably doing well. I mean, we work out here in the garden literally every day to eat good food, basically, and I love gardening. And if you really want some natural candy, that's it right there. Or I should say that was it. Sweet. Appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed to the channel and like my videos that I post. Just basically random thoughts from me. Not really a rhyme or reason to it, but I do hope you enjoy the videos. Tell you what, we might as well take the time I think I've showed the inside of my workshop, but I don't think I've really spent a lot of time showing it. If you hear my feet, you can tell the ground is wet. Over there, of course, is my recording studio. Coming up to the workshop. I completed all of my wiring to where I don't have to deal with extension cords. I have proper wiring and breakers in the whole 9 yards. I do a little bit of processing with gold and silver. That's where I do that. Before I started my channel and everything, I was restoring a lot of tools. This was a machete, It's a good one. It's an Ontario knife, USA machete. Didn't have a handle on it. It was rusted and pitted, and spent a few hours working on that and enjoyed it. That's an old toolbox that I restored. I found pretty much in the trash. It's a pretty cool piece. Here's pieces of wood that I'm working with in the process of like making knives or whatever. And then outside here is where I do my sawing and everything that creates a lot of sawdust. This is open up here actually. I just have a tarp up right now, but I like to keep this open. That way the sawdust and everything will go out, and then when I'm not using my saws, I'll just put the tarp back. Sorry for the finger in the front of the lens. The little wood stove was also a find out on the side of the road. I stopped and asked the people if they had meant to throw it away, and they said they had. It had burned through in a lot of places, and I've patched some areas, but hey, you can't beat the price. And it literally, this winter was the first winter we used it, and we used it in some extremely cold temperatures, and or cold for us, I should say. And it pretty much heated the entire workshop. It's where I do a lot of my, keep a lot of my tools for sharpening. I may have mentioned it in a previous video, but about 99 9/10% of all the wood that you see was either wood that I used from taking pallets apart, over 500 of them. That was quite a task in itself. And wood that people had left over that they didn't use. I asked if I could have it, and they certainly said they could. And then, of course, I bought several things along the way. Electrical and nails and some wood, some studs and things like that. But a lot of this is recycled. This was an old army box that I put on the wall. That is the bottom actually facing out, if you can imagine, and then the door here. That is that's the ball game, as they say. The reason I'm not liking it is I'm going to come back later. Hey guys, I definitely would appreciate the people follow my channel, and thank you much for watching everything.